All right, it's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with my man Troy Isley, who makes his ring return back on June 21st, back in Las Vegas at the Fountain Blue, taking on another tough opponent, which I think is safe to say we move you from the prospect to straight to contender status. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely, I definitely agree. I feel like I'm already at contender status, but I feel like this performance against this caliber opponent is going to really put me in contender status of they talk about me with all the champions now.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like a fight like this means for me. And you know what I'm saying, training camp has been great. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more than ready for it. I've been getting great rounds. I got good rounds with the Dames. I got good rounds today with the Irish guys. So, I'm feeling good and, I'm ready to go.
Seeing the fact that you're facing an undefeated guy right now and, you've had 2 good wins against 2 Hernandezes, with, granted, that knockout was perfectly, set up. Going into this fight, how much of a confident booster do you feel? Because you're already saying, like, look, I'm a contender status.
I feel great. I feel great. I've always been great physically. I just feel like mentally, I'm at a great state coming off these last 2 performances, and I feel like training with Bomac, training with the rest of BNB, they brought out the confidence, but as well as we worked on some some intangibles and stuff like that. So I just feel like I'm a better fighter IQ wise as well too. So I just feel great right now, and I feel like my pro career, it didn't start off very hyped, what I'm saying, but I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I like how things are going right now. I like how my career has went.
Well, absolutely. I mean, sometimes the attention comes, like some people come blazing out and get all this attention and sometimes not meet the expectation, but it feels like right now boxing has recognized that and started seeing guys like you and Shu and stuff like that who didn't necessarily get that straight right away, but you guys earned the boxing respect. I don't think anyone that thinks of you and Shu and guys similar like that, like, question, right? Because those 2 performances you did back to back and going into this fight, I mean, it's kind of hard to argue the idea that the middleweight division is not going to have you as a contender status. And you're sparring, you said, Carlos Adames.
Yeah.
What was that like? Because I know he's defending his title.
That was great. Competitive rounds. That's definitely the work I need, and what I'm saying, I heard he was in town, so that's definitely the work I need to what I'm saying. They're saying I'm a contender, top rankings, promote me like I'm a contender. So I heard that Dames was in town, so what I'm saying, I wanted the rounds to see how I would do against a world champion, and what I'm saying, I did great, and what I'm saying, I like the rounds. They were competitive rounds, and I felt like I learned a lot from it, and they were the rounds I need, and I feel like my opponent don't got nothing on Dames. So I feel like I'm not leaving this fight close.
Some guys, when they feel that they're in the contender status, that I don't really want to spar the champions. I don't want to spar you because I feel like I might fight them. It's too close.
Certain ones. I'm like that with certain ones. Ones. I'm like that. With certain ones.
Why was Carlos Adames okay? Because he essentially he's the champion, right?
Yeah. I already worked with him before with K, but I didn't set it up. I already worked with him before I fought Victor Tony, my 6th fight. I worked with him one time, and I did good too. And I honestly just wanted to see if I made any improvement. Yeah. You feel me? If I was stagnant, what I'm saying? So work with him, 7 fights later, see what you improved on. You feel me? Just to see where I was at, and then also, that's a good fight in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to see.
Yeah. Hey. Well, that's what I'm saying. Some people shy away from that idea, but you enticed it, and you're like, hey, Carlos, you can still get this work for the money. That's a
good fight in the future for sure. Carlos, a solid guy, a great opponent, and what I'm saying, I would love to, get a shot at that title.
Absolutely. And you got to work with Terence, you got to work with Carlos. I know that weight classes are different. So without I guess specific on sparring, I guess it's like, what is different? What do you get to take away from like working with someone like Terence, but then working with someone who Adames is in your weight class? Like, what, I guess, psychologically did you gain that's a little different without talking about the actual sparring? Right?
Honestly, just confidence. A big confidence booster. I'm sparring both of them, real. I'm getting world champion work. You know what I'm saying? I'm sparring the best, and you know what I'm saying, they're telling me to come back because you know what I'm saying, I'm, you know, sparring. You know, it's good work.
Yeah.
So for real, yeah, just confidence and a lot more, you know, IQ, confidence and IQ. I feel like I'm learning.
You know, a lot of changes. You know, you've made the change with Bomac, consistent 2 fights back to back. I know that it's hard to, you know, make those adjustments off 1 fight, but this is your 3rd fight. Do you feel those adjustments from those 2 fights coming into now with Bomac?
Yeah. But I feel as far as like, some things I already had in my arsenal, but I got off of it, you know, because you know, in the amateurs I was winning, I was #1 in the country, so you know, I was beating guys easy, so you know, it was, you know, a couple things that, you know what I'm saying, I stopped doing because, you know, I was winning so easy, so you know, it was a couple things I fell off, so I feel like everything, you know, that I used to do, like my angles and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, that been a part of me.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I'm saying, you guys haven't seen it as a pro yet, but, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, it's all, you know, when I felt like that, I feel like no middleweight fights like that. They don't have angles, they don't have the speed, stuff like that. Yeah, you know, they may say, you know, I don't hit as hard, but the knockouts are coming.
Mm-hmm. You know, on top of the changes, I think you got, if I'm not mistaken, you got baptized too, or some life changes. What was that experience like?
That experience was good. I feel like, you know, you know, I needed to do that. There was some, you know, some things in my life, you feel me, I did wrong, you know, outside the ring, and you know, I feel like I needed to make it right with God, and I feel like, you know, God with me right now.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that outside not just making you, you know, as a better person, but just a better boxer too? Like, did it?
Yeah, I feel like I mean, I feel like it made me. I feel like it more helped me outside of boxing more than it's gonna help me in boxing, but I feel like outside of boxing will help me as far as like the right things I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. The Holy Spirit is always with me. He's always there to tell me, you know, you're not supposed to be doing that to it. You feel me? Some stuff, you know, I won't, you know, indulge, and you feel me? I'll just, you know, now it's like it don't bother me anymore. You feel me? So it's cool.
Do you feel happier? Because they always say, you know, a happy boxer is a dangerous boxer. So like, do you feel like I don't want to say content in life, but content with, like, at peace with, you know, with these changes and who
I feel good. I feel good about everything, you know, right now. I feel good about everything that's happening right now. I feel good about my decisions that I made right now. I feel like, you know, the first camp, you know, when things, they didn't get rocky, but stuff was a little unorganized and stuff like that. Yeah, I would, you know, second guessing, like, you know, did I make the right decision? But everything, you know, my last camp went smooth, and then the performance, you see. So I feel like everything, you know, everything's good right now.
Is that the, you know, do a plug, shameless but Valley Christian? Is that
yeah? This is where I got baptized, and this is where, you know, the church family I'm a part of, you know, Valley Christian, and you know, my pastor, Delano Stewart, the guy that baptized me, and then, you know, shout out my boy Tristan Carew. He's a boxer as well. He's the one that, you know, put me on with the church, and, you know, brought me to God, and, you know, got me baptized. You know, that's my brother.
You know, it didn't, you know, from a boxing fan, it didn't take away that meanness that you still.
For sure. You still see that in the ring, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not. You know, God gave me that, so, you know, I ain't changed as a boxer. You feel me? I'm still a beast.
You know, I've seen guys like Andre Ward. You know, son of God.
And Andre Ward was a big support cast too.
Yeah.
You know, he definitely was. Yeah. I talked to Ward a lot about it, and, you know, he helped me out. He's helping me. He's been showing me the way, so, you know, I really appreciate him. He's a big role model.
Does it, you know, I know you get a lot of advice from boxers and stuff like, but just Ward specifically, maybe can understand your situation. Yeah. Was that probably the one of the best, if not the best person to kind of talk at this point? That
was, and then it also, it wasn't even, it was about boxing, but it was more about outside of, you know, about outside of fixing life outside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Getting, you know, closer to God. He was happy, you know, because I'm not really a guy that I don't really express, you know, what I'm going through and stuff like that. So with the stuff that I told him, he was very surprised. But, you know, that's my boy, and, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate Dre.
Did you watch his documentary, and did you kind of relate to it?
Well, I watched the documentary, and I related to it big, and, you know what I'm saying? I made the call.
You know,
it took some time, but I made the call.
You know, a lot of people don't get, you know, the opportunity to talk to guys like Crawford and Dre and all this stuff. But, you know, that's the testament of who you are as a fighter, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't just get here if you're just like a, you know,
if I was anything type of fighter. Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about Mosley, though.
Okay. It's 180 turn. What do you want to talk about Mosley? What?
Mosley got the WBL belt, right? The interim, yeah. So, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I see, you know, Danny Jacobs, you know, I respect you, bro. I respect you.
Mm-hmm.
I really do, bro. But it's time, bro. Like, it's time. It's time. You know, Mosley needs to defend that belt against a solid name like myself. You feel me? So, you know, I feel like Mosley needs to stop wasting time, man. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, give me a shout.
What about Mosley that you think that you'll be able to dethrone his title from?
I just don't. I don't think. I don't really see anything special about him for real. I'm not gonna sleep on the guy. You feel me? You know, I don't sleep on anybody, but I just don't see anything special about him. And you know, I feel like, you know, I can, you know, that's a good name to get up out of there.
I mean, you know, playing devil's advocate, Shane has shown up and sometimes not shown up, and I think people were very surprised of his Gabe Rosado performance.
Yeah.
Was that something that you give credence to Shane, or was that kind of like a?
You know, I mean, Gabe Rosado. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do to Gabe Rosado.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe Rosado got, you know, he got a good win against the Bull. You know, Becky and Bull that, you know, got him back and got him back out there. But it's Gabe Rosado. Like, we knew. You feel me? If he didn't do that against Gabe Rosado, you feel me? We just would have been like, it's trash.
Well, you think Shane can get past Danny Jacobs? Because I know they announced that fight's going down. So, I mean...
When's the last time Danny Jacobs fought?
I think he fought John Ryder.
How long ago was this?
I think maybe 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I'm not 100%. I think it was John Ryder, but yes, it was in the... Here, yeah, let me...
2 years ago?
I'm gonna box rec this. I just want to make sure.
2 years ago? It's crazy,
Let me see. Danny Jacobs... box rec.
But it's Jacobs though, so you know Jacobs a good fighter. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like
it was John Ryder, and yeah, I was on cue about 2 years ago. Yeah, so
see, he wasting time, dude. He might as well fight somebody else, man.
You think Danny Jacobs, and not a testament to who his accomplishment, but he's past his prime? You think? And I
think he's past his prime. Yeah, I think I think it's time to, you know, defend that title, man. You know, I'm trying to get there, you know. Jennebeck, you feel me? You know, I'm trying to get to everywhere,
yeah.
You know. Jennebeck, Dames, Lara, you know. I feel like these are all good fights in the future, you feel me? You know, Jennebeck's with top rank, so I'm pretty sure that'll be the first person. You feel me? But I'm ready for all of them, and I feel like these are all great fights to make in the future.
Do you feel like with the middleweight landscape, you know, I know that Triple G and Canelo kind of like held it down a little bit, but then once they kind of left, do you think that the middleweight division kind of became stagnated in your personal opinion?
It became stagnated because of Charlo. Charlo held the belt for 3 years and didn't do anything, so people stopped talking about, you know, the middleweight division because none of the big guys were really fighting each other. They were, you know, just they were fighting other people. They were fighting ranked opponents, but they just wasn't fighting the champions, you know, after Canelo GG fought. So, you know, the middleweight division just kind of fell off as far as like being talked about. And then, you know what I'm saying, it's not really a money division right now. So, you know, it's my job to, you know, bring it back. And, you know, what's the guy, the 6'5" guy? Hasim Hashad.
The one that fought Ammo Williams, right?
Yeah. You know, I thought Ammo was you know, I thought Ammo was better than what he showed, but he showed a lot of heart. You know, I respect him. He's a solid guy. But you know, me and Hasim Hashad, you know, me and guys like him, you know, could definitely bring some fire back to the middleweight.
You fight the 6 foot giant. You would get that going. There's like some Bruce Lee.
I fought Fedora in the amateurs, man. You know, hey, if it's you know, if it's being talked, you know, if it's good money, and you know what I'm saying, if it makes sense, put it like that. If it makes sense, yeah.
What was it like fighting, or you know, Fundora and the amateurs? What was it?
I fought Fundora at the 13 pounds. He wasn't as sharp as he was now. But
Okay, very humble.
He was tall, but he wasn't as sharp as he was now. But I was sharp still, but I beat him pretty easy. But I know now he'd be a tougher fight for sure. But I still beat him.
So just kind of just wrapping up on a couple of things. You know, I know, and you know, in B&B camp, you know, Bud and Bo and everyone that you're with now, with Tristan, Avius, Keyshawn. You know, you guys put a lot of, you know, last year was like, hey, don't come home with a loss, you know, don't come home, you know, and everyone came and solidified that. So do you feel that it's going to be the same thing this year? Crawford's going to beat up Madrimov and Keyshawn's going to do his thing, and any predictions, I guess, with your stablemates?
I got to set the tone, you know, I'm going to set the tone June 21st, and, you know, Keyshawn, Kelvin, going to do the same. They're going to keep the torch running, you know, July 6th, and then Crawford gonna blow the torch. August 2nd.
He's gonna whoop Madrimov,
I think he is. I think Madrimov. I mean, Madrimov's a good opponent for sure, but I just feel like, you know, in the pro game he'll have experience. But at the same time, no, I'm not gonna sleep on him, but I don't feel like nah.
This is one step closer for Bud, maybe getting that Canelo fight. You know, you think?
Yeah, for sure. You know, definitely. You know, Canelo be acting scared, man. I don't know what Canelo want to do, but, you know, we'll see.
I mean, just my, you know, honest, you know, I know that it's Team Bud and things like that, but like, for some people who are very adamant about weight matters, right? And, you know, it'd be foolish for me to say, oh, you know, 3 pounds jumping up for Terence is not, you know, something dangerous. But you being, you know, a middleweight, like, can Terence make that transition super
good? He can make that transition. Terence spars big guys. I see him spar heavyweight Australian before, so Terence is ready for it. It's all about the mental, so yeah, he ready for it.
Even if the detractors...
He want to test himself. He want to test himself. Why not? Why not test himself against Canelo? What other fighter is it out here? So, you feel me? I see.
Even if the detractors saying, like, it's Canelo Alvarez. You know, he's big. He punches hard. He's ready for it. My guy ready. I feel like he's ready for it. Awesome. And I know that you're ready for your return on June 21st.
For sure. Definitely. More than ready.
And
more than ready. It's going to be a hell of a show. And, you know what I'm saying, you definitely want to tune in. Javier Martinez is a great opponent. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's out there training hard. And, you know what I'm saying, I hope he covered his best, because I'm going to be ready. So, you know, that's all I'm saying.
And then right after that, you know, we want Carlos, we want Shane, we want the winner of Shane Danny, we want Jenna back.
We want all the belts. Whoever got the belts, man. You heard them. Yep. Everybody just named. We want them all.
Laura, yep.
So. Anybody, Laura, anybody, man. Anybody that got the belt, you feel me? You know, that's what we headed to.
Awesome. Where can they follow you at, Troy?
Instagram, Megatroy1, Twitter, Go Transformer, Facebook, Troy Isley.
Awesome. Appreciate it.